What's up, guys? It's T.Aubrey. This is like take 8 now because I keep fucking up how I'm supposed to do the interview. But anyways, we'll just get back into it. So basically, right off the bat, I kind of want these to be not just interviews, but more of like conversations. I feel like you kind of get to know whoever you're talking to better that way than just asking them like basic questions. Also, I'm kind of basically stealing the whole no jumper format, so I'm well aware of that. In case anyone wants to comment about that, I already know, and I'm very conscious of the fact that I'm stealing it. Secondly, if anyone's been following me or Zach for any amount of time, you probably know that we're pretty good friends, so this might be coming off kind of biased, but I feel like this was a good way to just kind of jump into doing these and, have like a proof of concept. So that all being said, we can just go ahead and jump into it. This is SpaceMan Zack. He's an artist, based out of here in Dallas or Fort Worth, whatever. And he make how would you describe the type of music that you make?
Well, it's been called like a lot of different things. It's like grunge rap, emo trap, alternative rap. Basically, it's like rock and rap mixed together.
Right. Yeah, so, it's kind of hard to put like a label
on.
It's
like there's like a bunch of people who do it, but like I feel like there's not like a real like accepted term for it.
Right. But, yeah, I agree, honestly.
But yeah, it's been going on. It's a thing.
How long would you say you've been making the type of music you're currently making? Like a year or not even?
A little less than a year.
Yeah.
Because I started making it. Yeah, it's been like a little less than a year. Because like Cover Girl, for anyone who knows that song, Cover Girl was probably like my 4th song in this genre.
Okay, bet. And that was like
that was in November.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it was that was like my 4th song in the genre. But I've been making music since I was like fucking like 8th grade.
So okay, well, what kind of music were you making from the start? I know you kind of have like you started, you did like poetry, right, for a little bit.
Yeah, so I did poetry when I was younger, because I just thought it was cool. And then when I was like in 8th grade, it turned into like music. Like I just started putting beats behind it, and I was scared to sing, so it was like I was like doing boom bap rap at first, so It was like old 90s style, which is like sick. I fuck with boom bap rap for anyone who makes boom bap rap. And then I've done boom bap rap, I've done trap music, I've done fucking like high people music, I've done like everything. Everything that comes to rap. I still want to explore into other genres of music and all, but I've done a lot of different types of rap.
Okay, cool. So I think we can just kind of talk about how me and Zach met in the first place. But when I met Zach was probably like 2 years ago.
It was like 2 years ago.
Okay,
so I was like the right end of my high school career.
Okay, yeah. So we were. I met him at a show in Dallas called Jugfest, which was being put on by Ludine.
Shoutout Ludine.
Shoutout Ludine. If you guys know who he is, y'all probably do. But he was throwing a show. And I went, and I think Zach was like the first one up. And were you the first one up?
I was the first person up because I had no sort of fan base at all.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I was like nobody.
And I remember he was already performing when I walked in, but he I think I heard like 2 or 3 songs, and they were very like kind of like traditional hip hop, like trap, based. But he had good stage presence. Also,
I was performing in like.
Yeah, I think there was like.
So they put me on I'm not even mad, but like they put me on and they had literally opened the doors 2 minutes before they put me on.
Yeah. So
like people are like walking in
maximum
to my music playing.
Like 10 people.
Probably less. Yeah, there's like 6.
But it was cool. I kind of dug it, and that's how we linked. And I don't think we shot. I shoot videos too, if you guys didn't know that. But I don't think me and him had worked on anything for at least a few months. And then after that, I think was when I noticed your musical style kind of like switched up a little bit in terms of being what it is now.
Yeah. Well, it slowly progressed into what it is now, but it did switch like kind of drastically at that moment. I just stopped like I started, instead of just rapping completely, I started like integrating melodies and stuff like that, cuz like singing is really cool. And I think I've learned like how to like use melodies to portray like feelings instead of lyrics sometimes, or like in side by side.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what was kind of the defining moment for you to decide to experiment more with, because I know you said you were kind of like nervous about singing before?
Yes, I was terrified to sing. Shouts out to choir in high school because that taught me how to sing.
Shouts out choir.
No, real talk. Shouts out to the Central High School choir because y'all did me good. But no, I was terrified to sing for the longest time. And then I kind of just was like, I was like a little bit more confident in myself after being in choir. And then I was kind of just like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to make this and see if it works. And, like, see if people like it. Because I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is tight. And I could hear flaws in myself. But I was like, this is tight. And then I remember the first time I ever put out, like, a song that's, like, in the style of, like, what I do now. Where it was, like, just, like mostly singing. And it, like, had this, like, vibe to it. I can't even remember what the song was called.
Is it still out? Is it Witchcraft?
No, it was the one before Witchcraft. Okay. It was like, I used to want to kill myself, but if I die right now, my land. Beside Myself.
Yeah.
That was like the first one, and I remember I did it, and like it really wasn't that great of a song. Like the idea of it was tight, but like my singing wasn't on par, and I wasn't really comfortable, and you could tell. But like at the same time, like when I would listen to it, I was like, yo, this is like so cool.
Yeah, so
you know what
were you pretty confident that like that was, even if it wasn't all there yet, like that was the road to
I was confident in the fact that like first of all I knew like, okay, like I know that I can like make the bare minimum of this kind of music. So I was like, yo, like I need to like get better at this. And I was like confident that like I was going to get better at what I was doing. But then at the same time, like hearing that song back to myself, I was like, yeah, like this is what I need to be doing. Like, cause that like it just like it like felt better than any song I had ever made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that was like, okay, yeah, like this is my shit. And I still want to like venture out into other things, but this is my shit. So
kind of during that transition, were you being influenced by kind of
a lot of people? There was still the influences. First rapper I ever listened to was Lil Wayne, so shouts out Lil Wayne. My first CD I ever got was the Nellyville CD.
Shit.
Shouts out to my cousin Jake, who lives in New York, because when my parents wouldn't let me listen to rap music, he would download it from LimeWire and put it on my MP3 player.
Shouts out LimeWire.
Yeah, and my mom would get pissed off, but he would like sneak it for me. So shouts out to him, and then shouts out to my aunt Shay for getting me like teaching me roots in hip hop. But then, so like I've had like a whole shit ton of fucking people. In terms of like music, like my biggest influences of all time were probably like Lil Wayne for like music, for rap, like Lil Wayne, fucking Tribe Called Quest, all those people. Andre 3000 was a huge one.
Yeah.
And then for like the grungier side, like I listened to a lot of Green Day. Was my favorite band of all time.
I love Green Day.
Green Day is my favorite band of all time. You know, fucking Nirvana, all like basic, like everyone, you know what I'm saying? Everyone listens to that stuff. But at the time that my music was changing, I was starting to get really into like GBC, like Lil Peep, you know, Lil Tracy, Horsehead, Cold Heart, other people in the genre too. But like they were like really big on like who, like that
was kind of how I first found out about that.
Well, you showed me Peep.
Yeah.
He put me on to Peep, Because I remember seeing a picture of Peep, and it was a picture that Mascarilla posted one time.
Okay. Yeah.
And
this was like probably
2016, I think. Yeah. So they posted a picture of him, and I didn't know who he was. I just thought he looked cool because he had like pink hair and shit.
Yeah.
And it was him and someone else. And then you showed me his music, and I was like, yo, this is sick. Like, I fuck with this. Like, I want to try this. And so, like, not to say, like I copied Peep, because, like, I mean, I don't think I copied him, but, like, he was a huge influence on me. Like, R.I.P. to the fucking legend.
Yeah, I think you can tell that, too. Yeah.
Yeah, my music,
R.I.P.
you can tell. If you listen to my
tell.
music, it's definitely influenced. Like, he was a huge influence.
And I know...
But I try to be myself still. You know?
No, I feel you. I know, like, you kind of get compared to him a lot.
I get, a lot.
A lot, so...
Which it doesn't make me mad, because it's like
I think it comes from a good place.
It comes from a good place most of the time. But, like, I mean, I love Pete, R.I.P., and he influenced me a lot. But at the same time, like, I'm not trying to be the next Pete. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be myself. But I get what people are saying. Like, shit does sound like that type of music, you know? And he was a huge influence. So, like, if you can hear Peep in me, like, I take that as a compliment, because it's like, he was really good at what he did, you know what I'm saying? Like, sick.
So. But, how do you feel about... Alright, so let's actually rewind a little bit and go back. So you're from New York originally.
Yes, I was born in Rochester, New York, which is...
How far is that from, like, New York, New York?
From New York, everyone thinks that New York City is, like, the only part of New York. Every time I tell people I'm from New York, they're like, yo, Brooklyn? And I'm like, nah, homie. Yeah. It was actually, like, 6 hours away. I've actually never been to New York City in my entire life.
Oh, shit.
We were, like, an hour away from Canada. And so we were, like... It was, like, Canada is right above us. And then, I don't know, like, north, south, like, east, and west or whatever. But there was, like, right next to us was, like, Buffalo and Syracuse. And then there was Rochester. And then I lived right on the outskirts of Rochester in this tiny-ass town called Spencerport. And it was, like, fucking small. Like, everyone there knew each other. Right. Like, so, my 5th grade teacher was the same dude who taught my dad in 5th grade.
Oh, shit. That's wild. Yeah. So, you moved to Texas when? I guess you weren't doing... Were you doing...
I was not doing music at the time. I moved to I didn't start making music. I moved to Texas when I was 11 or 12.
Okay.
Because my dad got a job transfer here. And then I started making music when I was 13.
Okay.
So it was like soon after.
Was that like a culture shock at all? Or are they like... Is Texas super different than where you were living anyways?
Texas is mad different. Honestly... If I'm being 100%, when I like lived in New York, my parents told me we were moving to Texas. I thought I was gonna ride horses to school. Right. Yeah, like my little kid ass was like, yeehaw. Yeah. But like, it's honestly a bigger city here than like where I was. Like I lived across the street from a farm in New York.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So like, it was like a culture shock though, just like being in a bigger place, because it was like small town vibes is a real thing.
For
you know what I'm saying? Like everyone knew each other and shit.
Does any of that impact?
A lot of it impacts my music.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of it impacts my music. A lot of it is because, so, growing up in New York, so they listen to like when I go visit my family, they're like on a different wave of music than us. Like when I go visit my family in New York, they're like they listen to like a lot of like East Coast music, like a lot of like modern day boom bap shit. And, like, it's tight. Like, I jam out. But, like, it's just, like, kind of different. Like, I feel like Texas is, like, kind of a giant melting pot of everything. And, like, New York, or at least where I was from, New York was, like, a lot more, like, in their zone about things. But it's affected my music in, like, just, like, a lot of ways. Like, being in, like, a bigger place affected my music, too, because, like, I'm kind of, like, antisocial sometimes.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm afraid to, like... be in huge crowds.
Yeah.
So like that's affected like the feelings in my music and shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But
yeah. So kind of jumping forward again, do you feel like the kind of music you're making now and like kind of what you're doing now is like you've found yourself at this point, or do you think there's...
I don't think I don't think I'm ever gonna truly find myself as a musician. Like, it's always gonna change. It's always gonna keep growing. But I feel more solidified in myself now than I ever have been. So, like, and, like, I feel like my music, it's funny if you, like, listen to my old music and, like, listen to it in, like, sequence to now.
Yeah.
Like, it's all been, like, leading up to this. Like, there was, like, different elements of what I do now.
Do you think there was a defining moment where you're like, okay, like, a certain song, or do you think it was just kind of very, like, progressive?
It was very I think it was very progressive. Like, if you listen, it was, like, different styles and stuff. A lot of the same subject matters. A lot of the same... Like, when I started implementing... melodies and stuff, I sang the same way that I do now. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. So it's been, like, very leading up. But I think, like, the moment when I dropped, like, Beside Myself was, like, yeah, this is like, because that was way different for me. I remember when I dropped that shit too. I dropped that shit, and, like, people I've been friends with were like, yo, like, a lot of them were like, yo, this is mad cool. And then a lot of them were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing right now? Because they didn't know.
I feel that.
But I mean, I fuck with it, so.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like there's a lot of people, at least around Dallas or Fort Worth or whatever, who kind of make the same type of music. I feel like there's a few, but
I agree. There's a few. There's definitely a few. I mean, like Lil Lotus is a big name doing the same kind of stuff. But, like, there's a lot of, like, shouts out Lil Lotus because you're sick as fuck. Anyways, there's, like, a lot of people. There's a bunch. It's just, like, it's, like, I feel like it's, like, not the dominant music here.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, I feel like every place kind of has their dominant sound, and, like, this is just not the dominant place for, like,
I agree.
this kind of music.
I think,
But it's also cool. I like it because it's, like, I feel like I'm set apart from everyone in the city, or from most people in the city.
Yeah.
So it's it's good and, like, bad at the same time. But
where do you see yourself going from here? Kind of short term, not too long term. Like how do you see the next few months or year panning out?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna just obviously try to keep progressing and getting better at what I'm doing right now, which has been the thing I've been focusing on for, like, the past 6 months. And in my opinion, you can hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm solidifying even more that, like, I'm okay with what I'm doing. And then in terms of, like, goals and stuff, just, like, keep growing the fan base. Shouts out to all my fans because I love you guys so much. But keep growing my fan base.
What's that like kind of moving into, like, having
fans? Yo, it's 100% honest right now. It's the weirdest thing of all time.
Yeah.
It's mad weird, bro.
I feel you.
It's mad weird because I remember it because it's...
Well, in a good way, though, right?
No, in a great way. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because that shit happened really, like fast. Yeah. Like that initial jump into, like, having fans happened really fast. Because I remember, like, shouts out to everyone who's been listening to my music and supporting me. I love you guys and I know who you are. But I didn't really have, like, I had, like, a very constant, steady, like, same amount of small fan base going through high school. And then it was, like, right when I, like, started, like, switching up and getting more confident. And I think the major thing that, like, hit the fan base was CoverGirl. Yeah. When we dropped a video for CoverGirl. Shouts out to Sad Chill because we dropped a music video on there. And we had just gotten back from LA. And we dropped the video and the song. And I remember, like, literally that week, like,
that, I think
it was wild.
I think for me, even, like, because that was a few songs after Beside Myself, right? Yeah,
well, because I had been, like, doing it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I think that one for me was, like, even if you already knew it, I think that one was, like, everyone else.
Yeah, that was, like, where everyone was just, like, even the people that were, like, kind of skeptical were like, oh, okay, like, this is cool. But yeah, man, it was weird. Like, it just, like, I went from, like, this sounds, like, mad cliche and corny, but I went from, like, nobody hitting up my phone to, like, hella love. And it's mad cool. Like,
yeah, no, for sure.
Like, it's so cool. Like, shouts out to anyone who, like, fucks with me and, like, shows love, because I literally see all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's mad
I can imagine it's kind of overwhelming too at
it's
times.
Very,
it's just like,
it's very, and like, it's wild because I feel like I can't even like complain about it being overwhelming because it's
sure.
like I'm not even like a big artist.
Yeah.
But like it's honestly hard sometimes because it's like I want to like reply
Connect
to
with
everybody
everyone.
and I want to like have like a personal relationship with every single person, but like it's gotten like, and like I'm not asking for it to stop at all, but it's gotten to the point where it's like sometimes I miss DMs from people, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll DM me and like I won't see that shit until like 4 days later, and then I'm like, oh.
Do you feel like that's like the most challenging thing about being in a position of becoming more popular? Or
it's that, and then also not to complain because I'm just gonna keep doing what I love to do, but I feel like now that like I have like a fan base and like there's like people who are like paying attention, it's almost like a little more pressure
to like,
you know what I'm saying, to like,
well, because people are like,
because they're expecting, you know what I'm saying, like before I dropped like Cover Girl, people like were like, okay, like this song could be a flop or it could be tight,
right? It's
but like
consistency.
like I have to like keep upping myself, you know what I'm saying, and like creatively and like just even like interacting with people, like I have to keep upping myself, and it's like it's stressful sometimes because I'll record a song and I'm like, damn, like this shit's not as good as the one I dropped last week, and then I'm like freaking out, like, oh my god, what if people don't like it, you know what I'm saying, because like there's way more people paying attention now, but it's cool though, like it's not something I complain about, it's mad cool, I love it, but yeah, definitely connecting with people and like just being like available sometimes is very hard because ever since like my fan base is growing and like popularity is growing, I'm way busier. You know what I'm saying, like in like the past 6 months, like I've gotten way busier than I honestly ever like saw myself getting, you know what I'm saying, like I didn't really realize like how much like this shit's like work, you know what I'm saying?
There's sometimes a disconnect between like because even I can relate to that, just doing videography and stuff. I think it's and hard. Again, I don't think either of us are talking like, oh, we're like huge, like
no, like
or anything. But I think there's a disconnect, like when you have people you look up to. The presentation of it is kind of different than the reality of it. Because I think, especially in rap, it kind of just looks like it's like
done easily and
done
like
easily
flows
and fun
out
all the time. But
bro, this shit's like gritty work.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
I mean, it makes sense.
Like it's just funny because it's like
I don't think a lot of people expect
like
it.
Honestly, like 6 months ago, I was like looking at rappers and I was like, damn, like your life looks like so easy and like tight. But like I didn't like realize like I spent countless hours in a fucking bedroom either writing or recording the same song 7,000 times. And then I spent all my day doing that, and then even contacting people about like linking up and shit, or like collaborating with people and stuff. It's just like you have to find the balance between like this, like I'm working on my music right now, or I'm working on like collaborating with people, or I'm working on like fan involvement. Like it's like it kind of gets stressful. It's like a full-time job, and it's a job that I love, but it's a job, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't realize there's like fucking hours put into this shit. It's wild. It literally consumes my whole life. Like I don't sleep sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be like 5 a.m. and I'll look at the clock and I'm like, damn, I have to be at a studio session tomorrow at 7. Like I should go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
I can relate.
I got really addicted to like Monster energy drinks to keep me awake for a long time.
I've never had a Monster.
Bro, Monster and Mountain Dew. I was drinking those shits like 7 a day, bro.
I've never had Mountain Dew. I've never had
I got
Monster.
So fucking fat from that shit.
Yeah, bro. I feel like
it's nasty.
I feel like you just like, I don't know.
I quit that shit though. I just drink water and peace teas now.
Yeah, I just drink water.
I drink water and peace tea, and I eat healthy now. It feels good, bro. I feel great.
All right, so we had to cut it because my camera limit or whatever was up. I think it's only 30 minutes. But cool. I think what we're going to talk about next is what you have coming up in terms of like videos or music or whatever, or who you're working with.
So much shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, so much shit. It's really cool. I have collaborations with a bunch of cool artists coming up. I'm hoping me and Ace Savage are talking about making more music together because we dropped Murder together.
Y'all's first song.
Yeah, and that shit was fucking sick. I remember that day, yo. I picked him up and like he fucking just came through in like one.
Yeah, bro, Ace is cool.
He's so sick with it.
Shouts out Ace Savage.
I have another song. I dropped a song with Pink Sig called "Haunt Me," and I have another song in the vault with him.
Yeah, okay, bet. He's from Arizona. Shout out Pink Sig.
Shout out Pink Sig. Shout out Emo Fruits too, because I'm actually gonna link up with him again soon.
You have one song out?
We have one song out. Yeah, it's his song. I got featured on it, but it's honestly one of my favorite songs I've ever been a part of. Like, it's so sick.
It's called.
It's all Pretty Coke Knows.
Yeah.
And he blessed me with being on that song. Then I have a collaboration EP with Elijah Heaps coming soon, which we have currently 2 songs out right now. We have one that's on my mixtape, Kill Me Now, Love Me Later. It's called Houses That October Built. And then we have one that was on his mixtape, Frankenstein, which is called Last Year, which we have a music video for and everything. And then we are working on like an EP and...
How many songs are y'all doing?
6 in total. We have... Okay, so I don't even know if I'm supposed to leak like information, but we have 2 songs together that aren't a part of the tape. That are like, so like singles. 2 singles together in the vault. And then we have 6 songs going on the EP. Hella crazy production on there from like cool ass names. Yeah. And then...
Is that coming out soon, you think?
I think we're shooting for like end of September.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So and then we have like some crazy like surprises for anyone who's like fucks with the underground scene. We have like cool surprises in terms of like what's gonna be on there. But
it's lit.
Then I have a song with Saint Nilo coming soon.
Oh, cool.
He's tight. I fuck with him. Bro, just like so much shit. And then in terms of videos, we have an unreleased song called Hold My Hand with a video dropping soon. And in my opinion, best video and best song like to this date.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's sick.
I shot the video, of course. But
shouts out Juliana for hopping in that.
Yeah, for sure. But the video I'm working on right now, the video's like it's probably if not the best, one of the best videos I've ever done, and then definitely probably the best video.
I think it's definitely the best video that I've ever had my name on.
So I'm excited for that to come out too.
I think it's
that song. Too.
I think it's the best song that I'm like. When it releases, it's gonna be my best song to date. But I have like, there's like 4 off top songs that are in the vault that like I honestly think are the best songs I've ever made. Yeah, and you've heard them, but like
they're tight.
They're fucking, it's wild. Like some shit's going down in the fucking whenever we're recording.
Do you see yourself like? Are you pretty sure that things are gonna like pan out the way you want them at this point?
Look, I have been scared about that for a long time.
Yeah.
But I got to the point where it's like, I think that like with the way that people have supported me lately and like since I started getting a fan base and how like it's organically growing and how like people really show love and stuff, I honestly believe that like everything's gonna be cool. Like everything's gonna work out. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm like,
that's good. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
My mom wanted me to go back to school and shit, and like, I was like, nah. And she's like, well, what if it doesn't work out? And I'm like, no, it's like it's gonna, like shit's gonna happen. Like,
that's good that you're confident in that sense too.
Yeah, no, it's mad cool. Shouts out to like real talk. Shouts out to the fans because like really though, like y'all are literally the only reason that like
for sure
I'm able to do anything like this.
For sure.
Because like without y'all, I'd be like stuck working dead end jobs. Cause
same, honestly.
Yeah.
Retweet.
I'd be sadder than I am now.
Cool. So I guess what we can talk about next. How do you feel about where I feel like in the last like 2-3 years, like rap or hip hop or whatever's kind of had a big transition with like the whole like SoundCloud rapper meme and shit like that. But like, how do you feel in general? Like, are you pretty like?
I'm very happy with where music's going. I think there's a lot of shit that we need to work on, like in terms of like, not music wise, but like the industry wise. I think there's a lot of things we need to work on. I think there's a lot of violence that doesn't need to be there. R.I.P. to X.
Yeah, for sure. Well, actually, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
but
I think that there's a lot of violence and stuff that doesn't need to be there. But in terms of like where music's going, I hate the term SoundCloud rapper, which not even like that it's like a term, because like I get it. Like I'm a SoundCloud rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I hate the fact that it's like.
Well, sometimes it has like a negative connotation.
Yeah, I hate the fact that it's a negative. Like it's like. Okay, like I put my music on SoundCloud.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like Soulja Boy was a MySpace rapper,
right?
And Homeboy like flexed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just another platform to put your music. Like I'm a SoundCloud rapper, but I still have music on Spotify and iTunes.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, so I don't like that negative connotation. But at the same time, the term SoundCloud rapper is like a beautiful thing, because it's like SoundCloud and like all these like internet shit has given like us the chance, and I feel like we're capitalizing on it very well, to like hip hop and rap music in general is growing so much that like there's so many subgenres of rap music.
Yeah,
now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that we're in an interesting place, because with platforms like SoundCloud that are like free, at least at the base.
Yeah.
You can just like anybody can blow up
shit, like honestly, like,
and you don't have to rely on like I mean to some extent but like you don't always have to rely on like any sort of like backing.
And in terms of the fact that it's free too, like it gives you the chance to experiment with shit. Like honestly, like I feel like I would not be like where I am making the music I am right now without SoundCloud, because I mean, I probably would have been too scared to put like that, like experimental shit that I was making on fucking iTunes. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
even the people that like you're
influenced by are like SoundCloud rappers. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a very cool thing, and I just think it's mad cool that like hip hop and rap is becoming like such a big genre that it has so many subgenres, like, because it wasn't always like that. You know what I'm saying? There's always been like East Coast and West Coast rap, but like if you got down to like the grit of it, like it was all like kind of like the same genre.
I feel like most music genres, even outside of like hip hop or rap or whatever you want to call it, like I feel like almost everything is influenced to some extent by hip hop at this point. For the most part.
See, I disagree, and I think hip hop. I think it's the reverse. I think hip hop is influenced.
I think they play off each other.
Because you gotta think like hip hop came from rock and roll.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think hip hop is a lot of like there's a whole fucking country rap wave. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from like the beautiful thing about hip hop, in my opinion, is it's like almost not even a genre as much as it is like
a culture.
And people like literally taking the music that they like and just like kind of doing it a different way.
Yeah.
And that's like where the subgenres come. Like my music is like me like with like alternative punk pop rock and just doing it kind of a different way, so it's like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's mad cool that there's like it's so expanding now, and you can. I think it's cool that you can be from like all walks of life and do rap music.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's at the point now that you can be from all walks of life.
Yeah,
and make it.
Yeah,
but you can also like be from all walks of life and find something
that you fuck with. Yeah, because like I know a bunch of people that like back when it didn't have that many genres and shit, they were like, I don't like rap music because it's all about this. Well, no, like if you like look into it, you can I could find music. If I was like just wanted to hear someone talk about selling drugs, I could find it. If I wanted to hear someone talk about how sad they are about a girl breaking their heart, I could find it. You know what I'm saying? And it all falls under hip hop now, so it's sick.
For sure. So, kind of something we haven't talked about, and we don't have to like delve super deep into it, but like, how do you feel about people as influential as like Peep was, and then I don't think you mentioned X before as an inspiration, but I mean I know he's an inspiration.
Yeah, 100% as an inspiration.
How do you? For me, I feel like it was really strange to lose both of them in the span of a year, because I feel like that was probably
It's mad weird.
Two people who were the most influential in rapper hip hop right now, or at least like
they were just they were changing a lot of stuff in good ways.
So how do you feel about having people kind of pioneering something like both?
Do
you think that changes? Do you think that do you think something like that then passing like has changed the course of like?
No, I think, well, if anything, it's made it stronger. Like, so first of all, their deaths like actually like madly affected my my like fucking conscious. Like, I think the first like celebrity death that like really fucked me up,
like resonated
was Chester.
Oh yeah.
That shit like fucking ruined me. And then when Peep died, it was like, it was like the first time that I've ever like cried over a celebrity that I didn't know dying. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing with X. And so like that shit hit me really hard. And then in terms of the fact of like it changing courses and stuff, I think, not to make like light of their deaths, because that's a terrible tragedy and neither of them deserve to die as young as they did or like how they did and all that stuff. But I think it's like everyone that they inspired, like at least personally experiencing, when Peep died, he inspired me so much that like it made me like hungrier to like carry on what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with X. It was like, they were changing shit so much, and I appreciated what they were doing. So like when they died, I feel like they didn't get to like fully do what they were planning to do. Yeah. And so like we need to step up and carry on what they started. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they
at least make sure
they started an empire and we need to finish it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, like obviously I wish they didn't die. That shit sucks. But I don't think it's like gonna like turn, like I don't think people are gonna be like, oh fuck it, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
we're just gonna go stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it outside of hip hop, it's gotten a bad look, because if we're being real, like there's people who are always gonna hate on rap music and always hate on the culture.
For sure.
That like don't understand it, and that kind of gave them something to like tangibly like say, this is why I don't like it. Like I remember like when Peep died and people were like, well, you guys idolize drug addicts, right? And I'm like, nah, like, well, it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's just people get ignorant about stuff.
I think people forget celebrities
are like people, bro. Beings. They're like normal ass people.
Yeah, and
like they go through shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
especially with. Again, I don't want to get too deep into this because I know people have different opinions, but especially like X's death and whatever controversy was around him, the rationalization that like whatever he allegedly did or didn't do, like somehow made his death like justified was really strange, and I think that just goes to show people forget that, I think people forget that A, that's a person, and that B, people can, especially when they're so young, like change.
Yeah. Well, aside from even that, like whether you think he did something or you don't think he did something, like we don't have the right to like say like, oh, this person deserved to die. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Agreed. And it's like I've done a lot of bad shit in my life. But, like, at the same time, if I died, I hope, like, people aren't like, damn, Zach deserved to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that, like, they understand that, like, I'm a fucking person, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck up, but I, like, learn, and I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. People have really strong opinions, and I don't want to get into it really bad. But, like, and, like, I love everybody, so, like, whatever your opinion is, that's your opinion. Like, I'm not going to, like, fight you on it.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah. Agreed.
I just, in my personal opinion, I don't think that anyone deserves to die at 20 years old like that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what happened. It's not fair.
Well, yeah. R.I.P. X, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Eggs, R.I.P. Peep. Prayers out to Demi Lovato.
Oh, yeah. That shit was crazy.
Prayers out to Demi Lovato, because I found out about that shit like 2 days ago.
Yes, I thought it was yesterday.
I think it was, I don't know. Either way, when I found out about that shit, it actually, like, hurt my heart. And I don't even, like, listen to that girl's music that much. But, like...
It's just, like, damn.
Yeah, like, that's just...
sober for, like, 6 years.
Yes, bro. And, like, people, like, it's just, like, that's a thing facing not just the music industry, but, like, America today.
Just people. Yeah.
Is, like, addictions and mental health is something that really needs to be focused on.
And, like, dealt with.
Yeah, like, everyone keeps talking about it, but, like...
Yeah, there's
nothing. Yeah, like I just feel like, I think just awareness is a huge step in the right direction, though.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're finally realizing that, like, oh shit, this is like a normal thing that people have, is like addiction problems and mental health problems.
Right.
And, like, it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so let's not end the interview on a sad note, and maybe switch to something a little more lighthearted. We can ask like some fun questions now. So, in terms of like dream collaborations, or like who would you like to work with over the next few years? Like anybody.
Like alive people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like.
Yeah. I mean, let's
okay. So alive people. If I could pick people to work with, I want to work with Green Day. The whole band.
That'd be sick.
Right? I want to work with Green Day. I want to work with Blake Shelton.
Bet.
I want to work with Lil Uzi Vert.
That'd be wild. Shout out Lil Uzi.
Shout out Lil Uzi. Juice WRLD would be sick. He's been doing dirty shit to the game. Like it's beautiful. I'm so happy to see that dude come up.
Yeah, for real. Same here.
I've always wanted to do something with Kanye West, just because of how like influential that man has been for music. Who else, man? There's a lot of people. Yeah, I really want to do a song with Six Dogs.
Fuck yeah.
Bro, I've been listening to Six Dogs on fucking
That'd be
repeat.
tight. Yeah, he's an interesting character.
Bro, Fago Dreams is like... Fago Dreams and Off the Gas with Lil Skies is like... Those are my two favorite songs.
The first song I think I heard from him was that... Flossing?
Yeah.
That's just tight.
Yo, also Trippie Redd.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And Diplo.
Hell yeah.
And Marshmello. And the whole music industry.
I
just want to do something with everybody. That'd be sick, bro. I just want to do something with everybody. I want to do something with the Black Eyed Peas.
Fire, bro.
Will I Am featuring SpaceMan. I don't know if they collectively make music, but like I just want Will I Am and maybe Fergie.
It's lit, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be fire.
I want a Fergalicious remix.
Damn.
Spatialicious. Flex.
Well, I think we kind of covered a lot. Do you have anything you want to talk about or whatever? We're approaching about 45 minutes.
Damn, we've been going for a minute. Not really. I just want to, again, say thank you to everyone who shows love and supports me and fucks with me. I love all my fans. You guys are like my family. Not to be corny, but like I literally wouldn't be here without y'all. And thank y'all for accepting me. Like the fact that y'all think I'm cool is like so weird and awesome to me. Cause like I'm kind of just like a weird kid that does weird shit. So like the fact that y'all fuck with me and stuff. Also, if anyone needs to talk about anything concerning mental health or anything that you like are down about, I'm always here. I will try my best to DM as fast as I can. I'm here to talk. I'm here to help. I literally love you guys so much. Yes. That's all I have.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here then. Hopefully this turns out good.
Yes.
What did you think? You think this went pretty well?
The first 7 takes were like...
yeah, true.
Annoying. No, it was cool. This was actually mad cool because I honestly have never done anything like this. And it was cool just to like talk about shit. And like I want to get everyone's feedback on shit. So like
Yeah,
if y'all see this, like feel free to shoot either of us a DM and like let us know what you think.
Yeah, or just comment on the video. Cause,
yeah, that too.
I don't know. I feel like this is one of those things where it's probably gonna be kind of like not very good at the beginning.
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
I feel like I have to start.
Look at the roots of this. Don't look at
exactly.
the glossy finish.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope people like it. I hope I did it right. But I feel like I want to keep doing these, and hopefully I'll get better at them. And we'll probably have Zach on again eventually, or he'll just be on with someone else. But I have a list of people I want to interview, etc. And
yes.
Yeah. So hopefully y'all fuck with it. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Love you guys so much. Lover boy shit.
Peace.
Okay.